Hey guys, it's Scribes1 here. I'm giving a deck profile on Gishki. They're not out yet. So this deck is basically proxy. Well, some of them are. Anyway, here you go. You start with one Gishki Soul Ogre. Or Eevee Gishki Soul Ogre. You start with one Eevee Gishki Mind Angus. And we have three Eevee Gishki Ghost Drake. If I don't say them right, I'll apologize now. So, anyway, next you have your three Gishki Shadow. This card's retarded in the deck. It basically lets you search out your ritual spell card, which I'll explain more later. Then you have your three Vision Gishki. They're not out yet, but when they are, this deck will be like amazing in my opinion. Maybe not as good as Windups and Sectors or Dino Rabbit, but by this time they'll get hit, so we'll stand a chance. What Vision Gishki does is you select one ritual from your deck and add it to hand. Then you have your three Gishki Abyss, and Gishki Abyss lets you search for a Gishki with 1,000 defense or less. So it can search out your shadow or your vision, or other things in here too. Next you have your Gishki Beast. It's practically Scrap Chimera of the deck. Since it lets you special summon a level 4 lower Gishki from your graveyard, so you can use it to exceed or whatever. Or you can grab Abyss, then add another Gishki, Shadow or Vision Gishki to hand. Next you have Gishki Vanity. It basically says your opponent can't negate the activation of the spell card by effect or whatever, so it's going to stay there. That's what you really want to hit off your combinations. So you want to play this at the beginning of your turn, if you can do it. So play it, and they won't be able to stop you for the turn. Most of the cards I've showed you in here, except Beast and Abyss, what happens with them is you discard them or send them to get their effects. So you don't have to waste presence on the field. Then you have your two Gishki Marker. They add a ritual spell card, a ritual monster card from your graveyard to hand. You have your three ritual cards. I think Gishki Aquamirror. And what they do is they bring out a Gishki creature, plus if it's in the graveyard in a ritual, it's in the graveyard, you can return that to the top of the deck and shuffle your deck, then add the ritual from your graveyard to hand. Then you have your three Salvage. This card makes everything possible, since you can grab back with Vision Gishki and Shadow Gishki, so it's pretty nice. Next you're on three Upstarts. Personally, I think it's a great card. I tried it with Moray. That gave me too many dead draws. So this is my tech instead of the Moray. Since they gain 1,000. Yeah, that's not going to be a big deal. If you can get your combos off, you can hurt them while hitting their hand, hitting their field. So when you do take the life points away from them, you're not going to have many stoppers. And I don't know. To me, Upstart is just a great card. It's better than Moray Upgrade, since I drew too many non-targets in here, even though I do run 21 monsters. Next, you're on one Surface. This card's good since you can target and you can special summon one level 3 or lower First Sea Serpent or Aqua type monster from your graveyard, and then special in face of defense position. So you can go for Abyss and get combinations off that. You have your staples: Dark Hole, Heavy, Monster Reborn, Mystical Space Typhoon, Mystical Space Typhoon. Of course, they're staples. I shouldn't really have to say much of anything to them. You have, I run double Appropriates, since they're replacement for Maxi. So if you start your combination and you have that, they go Maxi, you chain. you draw 2 more cards every time you special summon. So if you pull up right, you can basically just get your proper combinations off. Now I'm thinking about it, you might actually be able to wipe their entire field since you just can be constantly drawing. I mean, it's bad for your deck. That's why Mind Angus in this case would be help. And if you're smart, you'll know when to stop. But I'm not, like, anyway. And the last card I don't have yet, but I don't have really any of these as they're proxies, but this card's supposed to be Starlight Road to stop like some of the big plays, wiping your field, giving you a less good chance as you should. And the thing I love about this deck is approaching Starlight Road, the only thing you really have set besides the MSTs during their turn, so they can hit things, but like if you don't draw any of those, their MSTs are not going to be dead draws. I forgot to explain the ritual monsters. I'll quickly do that. So what Ogre does is you discard a Gishki from your hand to the graveyard, and or send, I don't remember. Anyway, you send it to the graveyard, and once per turn, when you do this, you can target one face-up creature on this side of the field and return it to the deck. Then you have your Mind Angus, which it's practically Pot of Avarice, but you can target any 5 cards in either player's graveyard and send that to the deck. So if you have all of your good stuff in the deck, if you have all your good stuff in the graveyard, you can go for Mind Angus and put them back in your deck, so you have more combinations and more chances. Then you have your 3 Ghost Strike. What it does is when it's ritual summoned, you get 2 random cards in your opponent's hand and send one back to the deck. So they'll start with less, or they'll have less, or whatever. This to me overall is a good deck. I like it. So, if you have any comments, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And for my friends, you need subscribers, so I'll post this link at the bottom. And thanks for watching.